Morning. Once again, coming back to my channel. Today we are going to verify Unit 2 Nelson Mandela Long Walk to Freedom. You know already Nelson Mandela, a famous personality from South Africa, who rises from backward ages to a famous, and he tried a lot for his tribe. Yeah, now we are going to enter the lesson directly. You know already lesson we are going to have the brief explanation, but after that we are having the comprehension questions, almost 50. It is already discussed. By having reading the lesson perfectly, then you are able to understand clearly the meaning for the purpose of the comprehensions. And the next second one is you are able to understand the right forms of that words. Next articles, next it is coming both for prepositions, so many sentences you can find here. Now let's come to the lesson. Here at the first itself only we are verifying all the dignitaries and world's leaders are coming here. He mentioned here, I had been pleasantly besieged by dignitaries and world leaders who were coming to pay their to this inauguration. So that means I refer to here, yeah, Nelson Mandela, the dignitaries and world leaders. So they are coming from all that different countries. They came there. The inauguration of that. What is the inauguration means? Yeah, he is going to be taking oath there, so that's why all they are coming to that inauguration. Yeah, it is taken place, that is amphitheater. It's a sandstone, it's amphitheater. There the place is taken, so that, and here all the rainbow gathering of the different colors, it was looking just like with the different colors. And here the first South Africa's democratic and non-racial government it is, they are feeling the first South Africa's democracy is non-racial. So what is the meaning of that means, here the first time non-racial previously there are two races, white race, black race. So the white race means that British people, so they are going to be harassing this black race. So that's why here two races are there, but here first time non-racial, there is no difference between any person, all are going to be equal before that government. That kind of that democratic ruling is coming first time. That is, yeah, he was accompanied with his daughter Janani. It's very important bit. I was accompanied, so that is my daughter, that is with his daughter Janani. It's a very important one of that. Yeah, and after that, Mr. D. Clerk was sworn as the second deputy president. Yeah, maybe in those days, that is they only going to be first day. Yeah, this is the person, the famous personality, Nelson Mandela. Yeah, here after that, the second, Thabo Mbeki was sworn. The first de Klerk, second he was sworn. Okay, next he addressed all that who came there, all that he addressed them, and he said, yeah, this is out of the experience of the extraordinary human disaster. So, what is that long in the society? An extraordinary human disaster that that lasted too long. That means human disaster. What is that? Caste feelings previously. They have the caste feelings, so that's why white people harassed that black people. That only the disaster mentioned here. Long time that lasted too long. That means that was too long there. So like all that are now no way. So that's why here the common victory for here saying justice, peace, and human dignity all are going to be equal now in this new rules. Yeah, here All this they achieved this political emancipation, political freedom. Yes, and the continuing bondage of that is they are liberated from this continued bondage of the continuing bondage of that means previously under the white rule they are suffered with poverty, suffered with the deprivation, the suffering so like that there are so many, but now they are no, yeah, they are free from all of that. So that's why now this has a particular sign of ruling is going to be in South Africa. Yes, blacks are going to be free. Questions: where did the ceremonies take place? Pretoria. Can you name any public buildings in India that are made of? Yeah, red fort. All this also coming with the sandstone itself only. Can you say how 10th May is autumn day in South Africa? It is a particular season is mentioned there in the para, so that's why it is coming. Particular month also name mentioned. At the beginning of the speech, Mandela mentions extraordinary human disaster. That means here these are going to be under the race of the white people. So that is the human disaster. They show the differentiations between the white people and black people. That is the human disaster they are going to be. Yes, and the glorious human achievement. Now there is it is a right democracy country, democratic country. There is no feelings of caste, no feelings of rich and poor. So like that. So that's why he is feeling this is the glorious human achievement. Mandela thanked the international leaders for coming. Yes, why? Because that much they are out of loss. That means they are going to be supporting everybody. They are not supporting the white people or black people like that. So that's why he said them thanks for coming there to give their blessings to that country. What ideals does he set up for the future of the South Africa? Yeah, all are going to be equal. There is no white supremacy and no black supremacy. All are equal. That is the first main thing. Yeah, a few moments later, he saw that is the Jets and everything they are going to be celebrating that South Africa people. All are just leaving the Jets also simply flying over them. Few moments later, just flying over them, they are just celebrating with different colors, the colors which are just thrown into the sky are looking like rainbows. So all this yeah, he observed, but the generals the force they once they saluted their royalty. Yes, but previously, so look here. The police and others, the police and others previously arrested him, harassed him, but now they are going to be saluting. That much change has occurred after his success. Yeah, and here he was saying the days he was symbolized the playings of something. That means when he was, that is here symbolizes the playings of two national anthems because one is supporting the whites and other is supporting the blacks. So Nkosi Sikelel, Africa. So and black singing is Daishem. The first one is white, second one is for blacks purpose. He given two kind of the songs for satisfying both races. Yeah, he doesn't want to show any racism. Superior or lower like that. Okay, here he was overwhelmed with the century. Overwhelmed. Overwhelmed means fully happy he was going to be. And behind that also, so many people fight. So that's why he is remembering all that people who sacrificed their life for the sake of this much freedom for the black people. Yes, he just remained remembering all that people. So, like here, the Oliver Tambos, Walter Sisulas, the chief, Luthilis, the Yusuf Dadu. So, like there are so many people. He just remembered all of them because all they played main role in achieving the freedom to that country. Yeah, here what he says the courage, wisdom, and generosity of them. Courage, wisdom, and generosity. This only never be known again. So all they showed that much. Right. Now next it is coming to back here. Yeah, no one is born hating another person because of the color of his skin. Yes, no one is born it. That people must learn hate if they want to learn so love. So if they want love, so like this. He showed some things here. He explained. Yeah, here what he explained here means here we are not going to be hating because of the color. And one more thing is if you want to learn to hate people must learn to hate if he can learn to hate. If they can learn to hate, they must learn. So, like that only, they must be taught to the love itself also. If you want to be showing any particular thing, you must learn from the society. If you want to love others, you have to know about that, or you have to experience. Like that only, hate itself also. That is here he is giving. Yes, question. Why do that military generals do? They give respect to him. How has their attitude changed and why? Previously, their attitude was bad. They arrested because of their duty. Now they are going to be giving highly respect because now he got success over South Africa. Why were two national anthems sung? Because he didn't want to show any differentiations between the black and white people. So that's why he given each of them one song. Mandela described the system of the government in his country, first decade and the final decade in the 20th century. So the first decade, it was different because he thought everything is okay. But the final decade means he understood they are going to be just be selfish with the white people itself. What does the courage mean to Mandela? That is to overcome it's like this. Which does he think is a natural to love or hate? It's not to love. It's getting to be quite natural. In life, everyone has two obligations. That is the parents and the family and children. He has obligation to his people, his community. So like this, two obligations: his family, his parents, his wife and children. But and the people. But most of the time, Mandela is going to be with the people, and he thought the comfort of the people only, the comfort of his family itself also. Like that only he is thinking. Yeah, he never think of himself selfish. Yeah, when he looked, his parents were suffering with this racism. He felt sad, as well as the people also suffering with racism. He felt sad. So that's why I found that I was prevented from fulfilling my obligations as a son, brother, and father and husband. Yeah. Yeah, when he was young, he enjoyed, but after getting coming to that certain age, then he understood. Yeah, it's not right. He is under the rule of the white people. Now they are going to be under their leg. Like that, he is thinking, and he suffered a lot. Yeah, I was not born with hunger to be free. I was born free in a way I could. So that is when he was young, he used to play, he used to dine, he used to enjoy everything. Then he didn't know what is the freedom. But after getting the youth itself only, he know all about that. Yes. So finally, he would like to fight against their people, and he wanted to just get them. But here he said, a man who takes away another man's freedom is a prisoner of hatred. He is locked behind the bars of prejudice, narrowness, and mindedness. It's very, very important. Suppose if you are taking the freedom of the others, that person is a prisoner of hatred. Prisoner of hatred. Hatred means he is feeling inside hating. So that's why here hating he is hating others also. So that's why he is behind the prejudice. So that's why here we should be both oppressed and oppressor are suffering. So the oppressed and oppressor are like to be robber to their humanity. For example, oppressed and the oppressor are, that is a man who takes away another freedom. Yo, so oppressor also losing his freedom. Oppressor also feeling with hatred. So no one is being happy. So that's why these kind of the qualities better to avoid. Yeah. Now we are coming with the comprehension question answers. Yes. Here, the first question is how does Nelson Mandela define the meaning of the courage? What is the courage he is feeling? Yeah, obviously, that is triumph over the fear. He defined the feeling means triumph over the fear. That only, not the love, not the selfish is not poverty also not. Where did Simonius take place? So that Simon takes, yeah, we know already that is a sandstone only. That is also amphitheater. There they have taken place. Both taken place there itself. Yes. Next, which flame can be hidden but never extinguished? That means hidden, never extinguished means spoiled or disappeared. So, like that, man's love, man's natural way, or which flame that man's goodness or none of the whole. So, here he is giving the man's goodness. It can't be hidden inside. Yeah, everyone has to show their goodness sometimes in their life, at least. Yes. Which day was the largest gathering of international leaders on South African soil of the installation, the government? What is that date here saying? Yes, here it is given in the paragraph. Paragraph it is given already. That is 10th May. At the dawn, yeah, at the time of the dawn, it is here. What is country's greatest wealth? Minerals are people or technology means it's obviously people's only, not the diamonds or the gold or minerals or something. We get a chance because say citizens only, good citizen only, the wealth of the country. Yes. Now, who, according to Mandela, is not free? So, according to Mandela, who is not free? Oppressor, oppressed, both A and B, none of the above. You see, both A and B, we said already. So, oppressor, oppressed. So, here one is suffering with narrow mindedness. When he is going to be just oppressing the others, they are also feeling uneasy. They are suffering. So that's why both oppressor and oppressed. Oppressor who is oppressing the others, oppressed who was being under them. So both are going to be suffering uneasiness. Yeah, they are not having peace in the mind. Both are suffering. Which party did Mandela join? National Congress, um, African National Congress, Indian National Congress, National African Party. So, which is he going to be joining? Yeah, that is the African National Congress. If you find anything wrong, yeah, please leave comment in the comment box. Yes. Now, what relations did Mandela have of his boyhood freedom? The boyhood freedom, what relations he had? It is just an illusion, or he was born free, or freedom was meant for kids here, what he observed. So, in the when he was a boy, it was just an illusion. It's not the real freedom. He was born free. Freedom was meant for kids. Yeah, here it was just his thinking. Of course, he enjoyed. He think this only the life like that, but that is not why, because they were under the feet of the white people. That is he is having. Next, there were two national anthems sung to amplify unity. So why they given to mark the end of the day, racial discrimination or the gender discrimination or both A and B. That is, they would like to show. They just want to show, that is one is the amplify the unity among all people to mark the end of the racial discrimination. Yeah, all white and black people are equal, so like that he want to show. So that's why he is given. What did Mandela learn about courage? It is absence of fear. It is triumph over fear. Both A and B are none of the above. What he did about the fear. Yes, here he is getting. It is a triumph over the fear. Yes, according to lesson, it is a triumph over the fear. The comprehension you can see like this. What unintended effect did the decade means 10 years, decades operation and brutality had? What is that much it is having? Yes, created men of the extraordinary courage, wisdom and generosity they have from the decades of that kind of the men, poverty and suffering, boycott from foreign countries, both B and C. What unintended effect did the decades of the operation brutality had? What they had means all this was taken and they suffered and they bear. All this is that kind of the extraordinary courage people are going to be there. Decades they are being and they just fought and got freedom to this country. Yeah, the structure they created formed the basis of one of the hardest, most inhumane societies the world has ever known. What structure is Mandela think about that effect? That is racial domination against the black skinned, uh, poverty and suffering, discrimination against the poor, oppression of the women. Yeah, the first he suffered a lot. First he thought that is the domination about the purely black people. That is a racial domination. That all he said. Next, 14th one. The spectacular array of the South African jets was a display of. Who made this display? That much beautiful thing. Military precision or military loyalty to democracy? None of the above. Both A and B. Who made this? Yes, here all this is done by the military people only. So that's why the answer is both A and B. Yeah, fine. Now, what was it that nation needed to be liberated from? What was it needed to be liberated from? Yes, a poverty or gender discrimination, deprivation, all this poverty, gender discrimination, deprivation. So all of the above that won't be. It is liberated from all these that won't be there in the country. What change brought international leaders to South Africa? They came to South Africa, international leaders. Why? Why? What change brought? The only thing that is end of apartheid, humanity, peace, and trade negotiation. Apartheid. Apartheid means nothing than the racial dominations, differences. So like that. So, so that only. So now the black people got success. So that's why they want to stop all this apartheid system. So that's why they came. Yeah, how many deputy presidents were elected? How many there? Actually, he said at the time that the second one so like that, na. So according to that, we can expect to second one and first one so like that. Here, how many were selected means two people are selected. Next, who was sorry? When was the inauguration day? When was that inauguration day? Yeah, that is 10th May. You know, na? It's simply 10th May. That is the inauguration day. He was surrounded by international leaders and dignitaries, family members, national heroes, British soldiers. No, he was surrounded by there on the day international leaders and dignitaries. That members coming. Yeah. What realizations did Mandela have of his boyhood freedom? So, in his boyhood freedom, what he realizes in his boyhood freedom? It is just an illusion. He was born free. Freedom was meant for kids. He had no realization. So what he realization? He is feeling that is just this is the truth. What he felt, he was born free. That is his feeling, the truth. In the article, who have the people been compared to? Here, who are going to be compared in this article? That is a utensil in the article means or minerals and gems who have the people been compared to. Here they first compared technology or none of the above. Compared with the minerals and gems, so like this he compared, but actually they are not compared so like that. Now, the word resilience means, what is the meaning of that word resilience? So that means the ability to keep mum, to control, so like that. Ability to keep mum. The narrator was overwhelmed with, he was quite happy with what he was. Political emancipation, political love, political goodness, and all of the above. So overwhelmed with political emancipation. Why? Because he got success in the political field. That is what comes more naturally to heart according to Mandela. More naturally to heart what comes. It is generally coming to the heart. That is hated, unity, love, racial discrimination. Yeah, that is love only should come more natural to that. The remaining, no. Here, according to Mandela. When was the inauguration day? When was it be inauguration day? Yes, it is already came so many times. 10th May it is. It was celebration of South Africa first dash government. What kind of the government is that? Autocratic racial, democratic and non-racial, democratic racial, monarch non-racial. No, that is democratic and non-racial, non-racial. So no one is going to be high or no one is going to be low. All are equal it is getting. Yes. Now, next question number 28. How many deputy presidents were elected here? Yeah, it is already given here. It is going to be two, na? It is already mentioned. Yes. Now, why the other countries broke off the diplomatic relations with South Africa? They broke off. They don't want the relations. That means white rulers Other countries are racial. It is a poor country. Na? Apartheid policy. Yeah, first South Africa having a apartheid policy. So that's why they broke off it. Other countries. Okay, after that he got success. Next, question number 30. What change brought international leaders to South Africa? That is the only one change. End of apartheid. The system of the caste, low, rich. So like that it is getting. We thank all of our distinguished international guests having come to take the possession with the people of our country. What is, after all, a common victory for? So, in that sentence, what is it is justice, peace, or human dignity, or all of above. So, what is here? The common victory is coming for all justice, peace. So, like this. That is the all justice, peace, human dignity. So like this, all of the above it is coming. What was it the nation needed to be? Poverty, gender discrimination, discrimination. As a, what was it that the nation needed to be liberated? Liberated means free from. That means don't want to be have that kind of things. Poverty, no, gender discrimination, deprivation, all of the all. So I think the all of the above, no need. It is liberated from this. That means we don't want poverty, uh, gender discrimination. That means male, female, so like that. We have achieved political emancipation, the success in the political field. What is the meaning of this emancipation? He is asking. Freedom from restriction. Emancipation means freedom from restriction. Now they have not any restrictions themselves. Yeah. Next. The spectacular array of South African jets was a display of. It was a display of military precision, military loyalty to that democracy. Yes, military loyalty only here. What colors does the new South African flag possess? Possess. So, what colors are there? It is also in the para itself only black, red, green, blue, and gold. So, these colors are in that possessed. The structure they created from the base of the harshest, most inhumane societies the world has ever known. What structure Nelson Mandela talking about? Yeah, what he is talking about. That is racial domination against the black skin. Apartheid system, about that only he talked. Whom did Mandela wanted to thank about but couldn't? He want to thank but couldn't. Yeah, the only answer is African patriots who no longer existed. They also fought for the purpose of the freedom. Now they are not there. So that's why he is talking about them. Patriots. Patriots means who sacrificed themselves to the country. What unintended effect did decades of the oppression and brutality had? Yeah, what it is having. A created men of extraordinary courage, wisdom, and generosity, poverty and suffering, boycott both B and C. Yeah, that is the first one only, what you are finding. They did not support any boycotts or something here. Next. Here it is coming to 39. According to Mandela, what is the greatest wealth of the nation? People. Greatest wealth of the nation means people, not diamonds. Why? Because, yeah, people only the citizen of the country. Yes. Next, what were man's obligations in the life? Obligations to people, family, God, both A and B. Yeah, obligations to Yes, both A and B, people and family. It's not only our people, somewhat in the society also we have to do. Why were two national anthem songs? That is for both end of the racial discrimination, end of the gender discrimination, both A and B. Why they have taken the D, both A and B. What comes more naturally from the heart according to Mandela? Love only. According to him, it is coming more naturally. What is that? Yes, it is love. What realizations did Mandela have of his boyhood freedom? What it is just a illusion. Actually, he's feeling he didn't know at that age, but that is his illusion because he lived happily, so like that thought because of the age. What began Mandela's hunger for freedom? What why is getting why does he want means the fact that it had already been taken away from him. Yes, sir. So that's why that only the reason. Which party did Mandela join? Indian National Congress, African National Congress, National African Party. So like that. Which one he joined? African National Congress. A man who takes away another man's freedom. Yes, another man's freedom is a white, black, a prisoner of hatred, criminal. So that is he asking. Yeah, that is no doubt prisoner of hatred. As he has that much quality, as he is living in that prison of the hatred, he is making suffer the others because he is not having the peace. Who, according to Mandela, is not free. According to him means yes, who is not free according to Mandela. Both oppressor and oppressed. Why? Because oppressor he is being with hatred and he is making the others suffer, oppressed. So that's why both are not free, both are suffering. How did Mandela hunger for freedom change his life? How did he change his life, his hunger for freedom? Yeah, that is turned frightened to bold, fight, law abiding, law abiding to criminal. Actually, he is learning law, but he finally fighting against like criminal, right? Life, love, man, like a monk he lived. So all these are right only. He followed all these qualities. Yeah, yeah. Final one. What does depth of oppression create? What does depths of oppression create? Yeah, that is oppression. It's of character. Why? Because Nelson Mandela got success in his life now. So like this. So better to have the habit of reading the lesson. Then only you are getting more success. So please try to have the habit of reading the lesson. You can get understand more points of that grammar. Thank you. Up to that. Have nice days.